Oh no, it's an old friend of ours again, isn't it? Yeah, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Flight Simulator Review. You know, on this channel, I really like to review flight simulators that you can download out there. There's tons of good ones. X-Plane, the new Microsoft Flight Simulator that we checked out. Maybe it even came out a year ago, right? But there's also some of the black sheep out there, let me just say that, like Extreme Landings Pro. But, you know, Extreme Landings Pro has been probably on my list of flight simulators that I dislike the most. And I don't know why, but I've always been pretty much the only one with this opinion. I mean, look at the rating here on the store on this Extreme Landings Pro software that costs 25 euros, which is like $30. Here, it looks totally fine. Actually, it has a way better rating, ironically enough, than Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yep, generally, here's the rating, only 2.5 stars. Only one star? How does that work? Yep, Extreme Landings Pro has a better rating than Microsoft Flight Simulator. How? So, you know, I thought to maybe go a little bit more on the neutral side on this. Let's just review this $30 flight simulator. $30 is like not that much. I mean, Microsoft Flight Simulator is at least twice as much, but the old FSX, for example, is dirt cheap now. Actually, you can, I think, buy 3 of FSXs for the price of this game that we're launching right now. Or, I mean, simulator. And this thing took like 2 seconds to load up. Yeah, this is Extreme Landings Pro, a desktop version of it. Of course, there's also, you know, an iOS version, Android, probably Nintendo Switch. There's any platform. Even, I think, Mac, too, which, like, who supports Mac? I'm pretty sure there's also, like, a Linux version, too. And, well, we are greeted with some of the planes that are featured in the Flight Simulator. It says it on the tail. This is, of course, a 777 plane. Yeah, for copyright reasons, they never actually name the aircraft. They all have weird names like RWB77 or NB320X, which are somewhat related to what the aircrafts are inspired by from the real aircraft, right? This is, of course, an A320. That's because the 320. This is the 57, inspired by the 757. It just removed a number here. There's also a WB30, inspired by the A330, of course. Let's check this out. Does this have the beautiful tilted landing gear of the A330 too? Yeah. Now, we actually have all planes here included in this Pro version that we again pay $30 for, which is a good thing, because if you download the free version of this Flight Simulator, you'll yeah, every plane will end up costing you like almost $5, I think, and you can't even fly around everywhere, so that's good. Let's go to, I mean, we have career. Who cares about career? Yeah, we're literally in a Flight Simulator. Yeah, there's really not much we can do. We can land now, we can Flight Simulator, and we can settings. What can we setting? Controls, sensitivity. Oh, great, that's a lot of control settings that you can do. Great, I hope that this X52 joystick that I'm rocking is actually supported. Master volume, music off. Can we turn music on? Let's turn it off again. Okay, all right, it's not really interesting. We can't even set any graphics, which is usual for a game that's been imported from mobile, from iOS, but that's another story. All right, time for Flight Simulator. Here we can select our airports. And this is actually the only really good thing I like about this Flight Simulator. This one has somewhat of global flying. Yes, the whole globe is actually implemented into the Flight Simulator. Actually, though, there are a lot of airports missing that are normally there in real life, but we have global flying available, which is amazing. I mean, we can go to Gibraltar Airport. So this Flight Simulator basically has more features than Aerofly FS2, which is like a proper flight simulator. And this probably isn't. But then we can really just go anywhere in the world, which is great to see. Again, just go to Gibraltar Airport. That is actually okay about extreme landings. Now, what is also extreme is, of course, the failure settings. Here we can only set it to low, average, and high, which is like, what is that going to mean on the A330? I mean, the A330 is quite safe as long as the instruments work fine. That is great. Here we can set the weather. Oh, damn. Oh, we have clouds. Can we set clouds? That would be amazing. There's a lot of flight simulators out there that don't have clouds. Maybe I can change my mind of this Flight Simulator. I mean, it has better rating than Microsoft. Okay, let's go for a final landing. Come in for a bit of a landing here at Gibraltar. Yeah, no loading times at all. That was great. Let's go ahead and now put that landing gear down and see how the plane flies. Now, first impression of how this Flight Simulator looks. Doesn't look good at all. Even FSX looks a lot better. And we have no tilted landing gear on the A330. That's the most disappointing thing I've had today. Oh, what was that? GPWS call out voice. Oh, that is creepy. Okay, so what I can immediately tell is how the planes fly, of course, or this plane flies. It doesn't fly realistic at all. This plane kind of flies like, I'm not quite sure. Something that wouldn't fly on planet Earth. Just very unrealistic controls. I can already tell you that. But let's go in for a landing first. God damn it. I think this is inspired by the old Airbus GPWS callouts that we have here. Very much creepy. Great. All right, let's go ahead and slow down, see how that works. All right, that's worked indeed, actually. quite well. What did I think about this landing here now? That was perfect. Can we replay? Yeah, let's see how this landing went. I think it was actually quite smooth too. And we can already take a little bit of a closer look at the graphics. They're not good. That's all we gotta say, actually. My computer is desperately bored right now. This normally runs Microsoft Flight Simulator, of course. And now it has to run this potato graphics simulator. And you can just tell about how this plane flies. It's really not realistic at all. But this landing was smooth, right? I'm proud. And what happens if you go for a takeoff? This is now, of course, interesting about a Flight Simulator 2. Can we interact with the cockpit? Not at all. $30, everybody. But no, really, the only way you can interact and, you know, fly this plane off the ground to a full flight is when you take off from the runway. You have to spawn onto the runway and then begin the flight on the runway, which is very much on the not good. Yeah, we really need to start the engines. Let's just quickly do that. Normally, an A330 would, of course, interact with the overhead panel mostly. Here, we just have to turn the engine switch on. Yeah, you have to be kidding. Manual starter, that's not at all how it works. Wait, does that work? It does work. Oh, temperature's coming up. Our pressure's good. Yep, we have generally just started up our plane. Holy moly. Now, what does also not work in this flight simulator properly is rudder. Like, especially the rudder pedals, they don't work. Normally, you would use rudder pedals, of course, to steer a plane on the ground. Here, we do it by interacting with our joystick. So that's... Oh. That sounds like an elephant. Elephant sounds. That is great to see. I mean, this is just particularly realistic. Let's take off. Yeah. Oh. There we go. Now, there's one thing about extreme landings that I do remember, and it is definitely the help. The crash animations. I was going to talk about them now, and we just crashed. That's a perfect coincidence, because it actually looks a lot better than any flight simulator that we know, any pro flight simulator. But yeah, you know, Microsoft Flight Simulator, for example, I understand now why it has a way worse rating. That one does not at all have any crash animations. Actually, just to pay respect to the aircraft manufacturers, of course, they don't really want to see their airplanes damaged. So let's go ahead and now try some other planes. We have some very interesting exotic planes, actually quite a lot of planes in general, because I'm pretty sure these planes were so damn easy to make as they're not, you know, realistic at all or well modded at all. They probably took like a week to develop at most. All right, we have the Super Connie. Let's fly it, okay? Now, where can we fly it? Something I really haven't checked out is some interesting airports. We have Princess Diana. It's not interesting enough. We are looking for airports that are small and famous, but there's not many interesting airports I can find. Lukla is not here. None of the Alpine Mountain airports are here. I mean, the only interesting airport I can find here is this one. Owen Roberts. Literally in the middle of the ocean. So let's try that one out. Now, actually, here we could do a full flight across the planet, which is actually really nice. That's pretty nice to see. And it actually creates this flight plan. That is actually not that bad. But let's get rid of the Gibraltar Airport. I really just want to land here at Owen Roberts. Now, can we finally have a failure? Let's set this to high again and see how this... Maybe this plane will blow up or something in midair. All right. Oh, damn. Okay, I can immediately tell something, and that is we definitely do not have any satellite scenery. I think at Gibraltar, we had somewhat of satellite scenery or satellite data, but this is not at all satellite data or anything at all. Yeah. What the hell is this? Genuinely, what is this? And also, I have no control of the plane. This plane won't fly. Help. We're dying. Okay, that's it now. I have no control. What the hell? But yeah, we can really tell that this is probably somewhere in Britain. This is just a basic scenery and then masked it around the island. It looks super weird here with the ocean. Oh, man. So it's not really global scenery that you have here. You have this trash scenery here too. And I have no control. Let's maybe check out some weather scenarios that we can set here. We have snow here. Actually, we do have snowflakes too. Oh, damn, we have actually lost our... Okay, that's generally it now. We've lost our left engines here. Time to move on. God damn it. Now, the question definitely is, though, what is so extreme about this extreme flight simulator? I mean, literally, its cover photo is an Antonov plane with an engine fire going on. So, I don't know. All right, let's see how the Concorde flies, and welcome to Alaska. This is definitely not what Alaska looks like. This is probably some, Oh, damn, this actually looks very bad now. This is on board a Concorde. Can we put the snoot out? That is now the actual question.
The Concorde featured a droop snoot.
Droop snoot?
Yeah, the snoot would droop.
The snoot drooped.
You know, the thing that actually comes down when you land, and you can't. That is the most disappointing thing of today again. Now, of course, maybe try checking out like a major city. How about London? Oh, zooming in here on the map is very annoying. We can even have London City here in the flight simulator. Let's maybe check it out. All right, London City. That's not how London City looks. In fact, Gibraltar Airport today was the only somewhat realistic looking. We have lost control. Nothing is. Is this my computer now, or what is wrong with this? I have no control of any aircraft. Great, thank you. I mean, we do have to say this is not the worst flight. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It's not the worst flight simulator, but it's really not the best either. Not for $30. Not worth it. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. As always, good night. Now, thank you to my members here on YouTube like Block, Emite, Mubarak, Mike, Ethan, Darren, Stefan, Ian, Oman the Human, Rafael Burkowski, Junk in the Trunk, Moritz, Toby, Great Grandpa John, Government Pasta, Calamity Airlines, Kelly Chaos, New York, Tyler Park, Cheese Doritos, Shadow, Anime Planes 001, X-Men Show Lair Deslama, Featuring Kellen, Me By You, Captain Cameron, Spiro, Gary, Norwegian, Bajel, and Parology.